robberies. Come and get them hot facts, robberies. Come and get them hot facts, robberies. Hot facts, come and get them hot facts, them hot facts, robberies. Come and get them hot facts, come and get them hot facts, come and get them hot facts, robberies. Hot facts, robberies, hot facts, robberies, hot facts, gig economy, robberies, news channel, gig economy, news channel, hot facts with robberies, hot facts with robberies, hot facts, 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 with robberies. Come and get them hot.
Here we go, people. Here we go. What's up, people? Thank you for tuning in. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Man, got a lot of great stuff right now to go ahead and talk about and get all that stuff going on up in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get that set for you guys there. Thank you for tuning on in. Baba Booey, yo, how you doing, people? You see that Eli's birthday bash. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Got that going on. Hopefully you guys did watch the video that I did put up. There was 21 people that were watching that premiere. Hopefully you did enjoy that premiere. We'll go ahead and do all that. I will just let you know what's up, Hollywood Finest, that after I go ahead and do this gig stuff and get over this gig stuff, it is Eli's birthday. I know he is watching this. I know he watched the video I just did. So for Eli's birthday, I know Nitro Freak came in here. That's crazy. The people in the gig world know that I brought in Nitro Freak here, done interviews with him. He spoke with the Revolution and Real Talk with Roy and all that stuff. We never knew Nitro Freak knew Eli. Nitro Freak saw my thumbnail and saw Eli up there, and then clicked on it and said, "You know Eli too." And he said he goes to communities, he takes channels down, he gives sympathy super chats, and he goes and he does it. So even Nitro Freak knows. They have someone named Kelly Caldwell. I did a thing, and I was up there with Nitro Freak and Mr. Jenkins, okay, Keith Jenkins. And Keith Jenkins started buying subs and views because of Kelly, and they went in full depth and detail on how it works. I did the full interview on that, and I didn't think about Eli. I know that I met Nitro Freak through James Gype, and that's how I was getting interviews done. I was going to the James Gype community, searching channels there of interesting channels so I can do interviews, and that's why I met Nitro Freak. I didn't know who Eli was then at all, and he never came up in the conversations about Kelly Caldwell or anything until now. So it's crazy that the people in the gig world, and because of me, well, because of Pedro, but I did the work with Eli, but Nitro Freak knew him. So it's a small world how it all tied in to where Eli has been in a circle unspoken, kind of like a dormant disease, and it lies there until it comes on out. That's crazy how this happened. But Nitro Freak was there. I told him to click the link. Hopefully he can click the link a little bit later on. But yeah, that was nuts. But what I do want to get into, it's a huge I told you so. Anyone in the gig world should be paying attention what is going on now. Now, for those of you who don't know, For about the past, I would say almost 2 years now, I've been trying to inform and educate the drivers on DoorDash and the gig apps about what is going to happen. Okay. A lot of them said you guys were lying, and it was the revolution in myself, from Mr. Flex to Pedro to Hannibal, UDM, Rideshare Rodeo. All these people jumped on me. Kim Side Money Plans, Sarah Elizabeth, Nugs, More Finance, all of the gig world. John McCallion, Driven Wild, GigTube. Everybody was like, no, he's lying. Don't listen to him. Don't do any of that. I gave warnings. I told the people why your ratings count, what they were going to do, and what systems they were going to put in place on DoorDash. And eventually, they were going to force drivers to get rid of themselves, or they were going to deactivate them. Now, a lot of you guys were wondering, and I never responded to you guys, and they were saying, Flex, you got deactivated? Why is Reese putting up this? Why is he putting up this garbage? I heard Thunder that changed his name to GOYTA because Thunder, welcome to Hollywood Gig News. Welcome. Hey, welcome to the team. Now you changed your name. You got to keep changing your name, man. Keep changing your name because that channel was tagged in on the videos already. Whenever you change your name, your new name will show. You can't get away. You are part of the Hollywood Gig Show now. Thank you for calling Bobby fat, talking about he's doing that because you were mad he muted you. Thank you for doing everything that you did. You said that you don't get mad, you don't get tempered, you don't curse. I got you to do all that stuff. You did it with Cherry Pick. You're mad at Bobby. They got you to rage leave. You know, when I left off tours because my signal, someone said, look, he rage quit, and you were laughing. You really rage quit, and I got it on camera. So thank you, and it's not fake news. This is why Flex don't like the fake news. It's not fake news if you're doing it. It's real. Now you deal with it, Thunder, or leave the community. You are now part of the show. Now, when I told people that Flex got deactivated on Necro getting bags, Ricky was up there saying, and what happened? Sam Lee said he might have 20,000 deliveries and this and that. I did that for a reason, people. I noticed Flex was not working the same. Other people have asked me, did Flex get deactivated? I was like, I don't know. I've heard people say, and heard them say, so what are you going to do? I've heard them say, I'm going to wait on Walmart Spark. All of these are red flags for me to go ahead to get interested in, to go ahead and tackle this story. Remember, I've been covering Mr. Flex for about 1.5 years now, so I know when to go ahead and cover a story on him. He gives you certain signs. He'll sit on the lounge and look not into it. He'll just smoke dab after dab and smoke weed the whole time. He'll be sad. So it's giving me visual signs that there's something going on. So what did I do as a news journalist? I put up, were you guys surprised that Mr. Flex was deactivated from DoorDash? Yes, no, or he should have learned. I put he should have learned because for about 2 years, I've been telling you guys what was going to happen. Okay. Now, I did it also because they were going to have to speak about it. I know that if I say something like that and everyone has my name in their mouth and I'm HotFacts, I am the going topic around, and they know about Flex, they're going to ask Flex, what's going on? He's going to get tired of hearing it. Flex tried to give a bullshit answer and say, because I just been shitting around. No. He said, I can't keep doing that. They were talking about working and DoorDash and Flex. People, I'm good at what I do. It came out of his own mouth. They have earned by time in my market. That's why he's not driving. Now, I told people what was going to happen, and I said that DoorDash and these gig apps are going to force drivers to deactivate themselves, which means leave the app and not work, because they're going to get other drivers who don't know about no tip, no trip, and all this other stuff, who are not pandemic drivers, to get up in. They'll take the orders and they'll get them done. They don't care if you quit. Matter of fact, they want you to quit because you've been taking money from them by being shady and shiesty. So they actually want you to quit. So that's what happens. So it's absolutely true. Okay. So when I put it up, people, he's not working because the earn by time. Now, California, the whole state, we are earned by time. New York City is earned by time. Flex said that he wants to wait till what New York City has before he works. That's what we have. Prop 22. We have Prop 22. He said he don't like Prop 22, and he was clowning it and talking about it. But now he wants it. The reason why he's not driving, people, if you are a DoorDash driver right now, pay attention to this, please. I've been saying it for almost 2 years. When they were saying, does your acceptance rate matter? All this, yes, it does. And you see now why. Flex is the guinea pig. If there's 1, there's 10. If there's 10, there's 100, so on and so on. So you know that there's more Mr. Flexes out there. Mr. Flex acceptance rate was so low, which is why he was using the driver utility helper app, was so low that he was cherry picking all his orders to make his money, right? On the earn by time, you cannot cherry pick. Now, also what you cannot do, you cannot see the hours in the zones for how much your guarantee is per zone if you're not a top dasher, which makes him not be able to see what's going on in the market. So he don't want to drive because he don't know what's going on, which is why I've always said, take your orders, use your customer service. You're going to get your extra tips when they come, and your ratings will stay high, because there will be a point in time where if your ratings are not there, you will be so upset. Him Sign Money Plans is mad. All these people who are getting the earn by time are mad. They cannot use it accurately. I told you guys, watch the DoorDash revolution and how he's breaking it down. The reason why they don't understand it is because they're not top dashers and they can see what he sees. Me and Cruz and Dasher were speaking about this the other day, about how they're going to roll out the earn by time all over the nation and how they're going to put the tier system involved in that. You guys didn't want to listen. The large order program is just about gone, okay? The catering program is just about gone to everybody out there. It's only going to be there for the people on the higher tiers with the highest ratings. When they get those, they're going to get a huge base pay, and then where the remainder is for the hour, because they're going to be on earn by time also. The large order program and orders are only going to be going to the top dashers. Anyone that is like Flex with a 0 to below 50% acceptance rate, guess what's going to happen? You're going to sit up there like Flex, make yourself mad because you cannot work. Remember, Revolution and myself said that you guys will not be able to work because of what you guys choose to do. A lot of people said, no, he's lying. Reese don't know what he's talking about. He don't know nothing about what he's talking about. I'm going to give you something right here. Can I see the phone, please? Go just to regular YouTube so I can search. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. I'm going to type that in first. And I'm going to type in adapting. Here it is. Streamed 1 year ago. Okay. Here it is. Streamed 1 year ago. Adapting to change. I put this up, people. Now then, only 86 people watched this live. The 86 people that did watch this live, they got the message way back then. Watch this. Remember when I told you guys official news channel, this is what I do? I'm about to give you guys more. This is why Thunder and Gig Drive and Thrive say, I don't want to go back and watch. I'm going to be proved wrong. That there are other professions that have gone through this before you. Watch this. See what they've done right and wrong. Great advantage that there are other professions that have gone. Have you get a chat back, man? Just holler, man, for sure, man. Love, bro. Be safe. Great advantage that there are other professions that have gone through this before you, and you can see what they've done right and wrong. And you can see other industries as well, how they've screwed it up. So, for example, and it's because they waited for the change to happen, as opposed to grabbing the bull by the horns, right?
Uh, One S, no big deal. Right. And so, for example, why is it that Netflix invented Netflix and not the movie and television industry? It's because the movie and television industry were protecting their old business model and literally ignorant of the fact that the world was changing around them. You know, um, the Netflix had this new subscription model, uh, and it was a small company. Blockbuster, which was the 800-pound gorilla, like you remember when we used to get DVDs in the mail. So like they knew streaming was coming. They just didn't. It was just wasn't there yet. And so the CEO of Blockbuster went to the board and said, "I think we should explore subscription because this little thing called Netflix is onto something that's going to happen when the technology gets better." And the board wouldn't let him change the business model to subscription because they made 12% of their revenues from late fees. And look what happened. Blockbuster does not exist, except for one store in Northern Canada. And Netflix is the dominant force in television and movies. Why is it that a company invented iTunes and not the music industry? It's because they saw the change coming, and the music industry was still trying to protect selling albums in stores because they saw their customer as Tower Records and HMV, whereas iTunes, Apple, saw the customer as the person who actually buys and listens to the music. Why is it that Amazon invented Amazon and the e-reader, and publishing industry did not even invent the Kindle? Like that is, it's because they're too busy protecting the old business model. So I think if you go down this route of protectionism, of protecting what we have and staving off change, you are signing your own death warrant. And if it's not your death warrant, your business is going to become way more difficult. And another firm or another that may be completely outside your profession. Remember, iTunes, Netflix, all of these were companies completely outside their own industry. In other words, they couldn't even figure out which one of you it's going to be because it won't be any of you. It might be a software company that'll completely eviscerate your profession. And so I think to be the one that says, okay, it won't be the way it was. We can't defend the way it was, and we're going to have to imagine what if we were to invent our industry now, knowing nothing. What would we do? And again, this goes back to the question of why. Well, why did you get into the industry in the first place? Did you get into this profession because your parents told you to, and you can make a good living? You're not going to be the innovator. You know, did you get in this industry because you love math? You know, you're not going to be the innovator. Did you get into this industry and do you love this industry when you really get to help people re-understand and reimagine how to build an organization? Because when you can understand the language of mathematics, when you can understand the language of a balance sheet, as clearly as you can understand the language of cultural change, it's kind of like that, right? It's the rational and the emotional. And we said it before, which is the numbers are only half a picture of the health of the business. And if you got in this industry to be of service to human beings who are trying to do bigger things for themselves, for their families, for society, for their customers, you might be onto something. So the question is, what value do you offer to the people who buy your product? Now, how would you do that in this new changing day and age, and literally ignore whatever was, because it's irrelevant, because it may or may not survive. The industry, the profession will do fine if you're the ones willing to blow up your own business. But if you're going to protect your business, it'll get blown up for you. It's your life right now. Whatever you've done up to this point in time, your life is working. Whatever you have produced, it came out of you as a result of the kind of person that you have become. It's a result of your choices. It's a result of your consciousness. Now you have to ask yourself, are you satisfied with what you have produced? Is this what you want? Would you like for things to be better than this? Do you believe that you deserve better than this? Or are you content? This is it. You don't have to do anything else. But you already resign yourself in life and say, well, I'm happy. I'm not starving like the people in Calcutta. Are you allowing yourself to get off the hook like that? Or do you believe somewhere in the back of your mind or in your heart that there's some other great work for you to do? There's something else that life has for you. That's why you're here. How do we handle this fear factor? How do we increase our self-esteem? You have to begin to fortify yourself. How do we do that? I believe that you have to begin to consciously monitor your inner conversation and start talking to yourself. Start building yourself up. Sometimes the only good things you will hear about you are the things that you say to you. So I'm saying learn to be your own booster. Start building yourself up. Start encouraging yourself. Start saying, I can do this. I can make this happen. When I started thinking about becoming a speaker, I said, yes, I can do this. I can make this happen. When I start trying to convince myself I can be a businessman after flopping and failing and losing thousands of dollars and feeling stupid and dumb and having people take advantage of me because of what I didn't know. I had to talk to myself because people were saying to me that I was dumb. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I was saying, you're right. Look at what I've done. I had to say, no, Les. Hey, come on, man, get yourself together. You can handle this. You just haven't figured out yet. It's all right. This is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this. Other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you. So turn off things that can contribute to your fear. Turn a deaf ear to people that all they can do is talk about how negative things are because they have bought into the consciousness of the world. Start attending workshops, seminars, listening to tapes on a daily basis to begin to recondition your mind, to retrain your thinking. Faith comes by what? Hearing and hearing and hearing. Listen to things that can empower you, that can enable you to create a new reality for yourself and a new life for yourself. You might appear to be strange around most people. You know, most people think you're strange if you're happy today. See, these people have not found their purpose in life. That's why they're grumpy, but that's why they're miserable. That's why they're so negative. They're hurting and they want to hurt other people. So start practicing using programs for your mind. See if you can find some ways to multiply your advantage.
Here you go. Now, with that being said right there, people, you heard the adaption, said that the change is going to come. If you want to stay and do it the way it is, you're going to fall. If you're not willing to blow your business up to do it the way it's going to work, you're going to fall. If you blow your business up to do what you're supposed to do, you're going to make it. Les Smith just talked about the miserable people out there who are negative. They talk about, no, I'm not going to do this. The change is not there. It's not. I don't want to. That's Mr. Flex and the people that will not go out there and drive. They will quit on themselves. Did you hear Les Smith say, you are the only person that possibly is going to be saying the positive things to encourage you. Remember when I said you got to lie to yourself, tell you that you are doing this, and Flex said, see, that's why I don't listen to you, because you lie. Les Smith just said everything that I have said. So Flex, if we got the speakers who are teaching about it, and I've been doing it here in the gig world, the problem is you. And that's what Les Smith is saying. The problem is you. Now, I'm saying you because you are the sacrificial lamb in the gig world to be the first one to say, I'm not working because it's earned by time. You're the first one to quit. You are the first quitter. You are the weakest link. Bye-bye. You are the first one to quit. These gentlemen just spoke and told you about changing and everything. The Revolution and myself have been warning you guys. That video is a year old. It's a year old. Only 86 people watched that video. Did I stop doing that show? No. Did I keep putting out news like that? Yes. Now, did you see when I put that video on, how many people left? You know why? They are not willing to blow it up. Or it's the people that said, damn, he's right. He told us this and we didn't listen back then. So they walked out. But no matter if you walked out, you still got to drive for DoorDash. Are you going to get your acceptance rate up and get it up to where you can actually benefit and work in this stuff? So when you guys call Hot Facts fake news, I've been doing stuff like this the whole time. This is why they don't want to go back and watch my stuff. It's going to put them into a whole new world of hurt. And it's going to make them seem stupid. I used to start my shows off with motivational speaking and things like that to get the gig driver's mind ready when they hear me speak, to let them know what the message is going to be about. TFT will tell you all this, my deputy. He will tell you all of this. I've been speaking and doing this. Les Smith said about being a public speaker, he wanted to. He said, how are you going to help people? You have to want to learn how to do a business, understand the business, and grow. The other gentleman said, when you understand the language of mathematics, when you understand the language of business, when you understand the language of business diversity, when you understand the language, which is why Steve, the first dash, frontline driver, or I forgot what it is, spreadsheets, John McFall, spreadsheets, understanding the numbers and the business to go ahead and do it right. Gary Middleton broke the numbers down to make an app so that you guys don't got to think about it. He made you lazier. The lazier people are not going to be able to do it. Gary Middleton added those features for earn by time, because without no acceptance rate that's high, you ain't gonna be able to do your stuff. He don't even want to go figure it out. The revolution figured it out. Your driver Mike spoke about it a little bit. There are people out there. I speak about it. There is no way for you guys to sit up there and say, well, what they're saying is false, when you guys are literally going through step by step of the phases. Remember, everyone was saying, oh, diamond program. Does anyone have it in your area? How do you get on it? I told you they're going to start putting these things in. I told you that when Uber has the platinum and all that stuff, they're going to copy them. Uber does it for the customer. They have to do this for the customer to fulfill the supply and demand. If you got a bunch of orders sitting there, and let's say there's 20 orders sitting there. Let's say you got 10 drivers. They can stack those orders up and get those out like that. These drivers are not taking the orders because they were pandemic drivers and they expect all this bunch of money and not put in any work. I was not preaching and speaking on deaf ears to the choir. That's not what I was doing. I was speaking to everybody out there, me and the Rev. It's going to happen. This change. Revolution just got done telling you guys, 3,500 DoorDashers were taken off a top dasher. Dash and C Moto. Just explain why. It tied into what the Rev was saying because he was one that hit that. Someone was on flexes and they got that too. But guess what? Everything that they're saying from C Moto saying they're taking the 30 days back and they're removing orders to get the people to get into the system, and some are falling out, getting taken off a top dasher. Yes, to remove you, to make it harder for you to do, because earn by time is rolling in everywhere. And you can't cherry pick earn by time. You can't. They will time you out. You cannot do that. They are doing that. From timing you out is going to make you not want to drive, which is what Flex has just done, which ties into what I, in the Revolution, and Team Hot Facts were doing the whole time, and you guys did not like that. But you guys are in for it now, because now it's hitting you in the face. Now what are you guys going to do? Do we listen to Pedro DoorDash Santiago, who doesn't give us this information, who is always hiding it, or do we listen to the people who have been giving us the stuff from the jump? Why do you think Pedro DoorDash Santiago came at me and said, I want to talk to you, I want you on my show, when I had 30 subscribers? I never went at that dude. He came at me from the information I was putting out there. They tried to control the information that I was putting out there with the Rev, so it wasn't going out there. I never came at them. They came at me, and then once they came at me, and then they're like, well, this person this person that. They came at me and got introduced to Hot Facts. Then the whole rest of the gig world got introduced to Hot Facts. That's how it happened. The information that I was putting out affected Pedro so much that he wanted to silence it. Now, while he's doing sabbaticals, leaving, coming back, then telling you guys, don't stay in DoorDash, go start doing other stuff. Don't stay on the apps, trying to get you guys to leave the apps. Remember when I told you guys that? If there's less people on the app, there's more money for other people to make. We told you that. From the UDMs, the Hannibals, all laughing, saying, no, he's lying and all this other stuff. Man, there ain't no lie in that. It's the truth. So now all you guys are sitting there like, damn, we should have been listening to Hot Facts the whole time. If we would have been listening to him, our ratings will already be up, because now how Flex had a whole change in his area. If your ratings or stats are already up and that change hits, you are not going to be affected. And I told you guys, you want to make sure your ratings and stats are all the way up so that you will not be the one left out and looking mad and sad. That's what I said. You guys said that's not going to happen. What is happening now? Now, Flex one driver. He's also a content fake creator. All he does is reactions to other people's stuff and don't put out his own stuff. But he quit driving. And he's looking for Walmart Spark. Good luck on that waiting list. I did an order yesterday, $53.08 for 3.1 miles, 43 items, 40 minutes of work. Good luck on that, Flex. It's a waiting list. And I've been going over the waiting list about Walmart Spark. You should have been listening to this to understand what's going on. Maybe you should listen to the news channel who's giving you the information instead of letting it fly through one ear and out the other and then telling people it's fake news. Because now the fake news could have helped save you. Just remember that. And everybody else out there. That's why I talk about this stuff. I never ran away from this stuff. I support the customers, the merchants, and the drivers, the ones who want to go ahead and do it the right way. Bobby, I talk with my hands, so you may want to turn it off. That's why I do it. I fought all these battles for a reason, because I know what's going to happen. I read the books about the economy and how the Amazons and the warehouses were doing DTC, and that's how they were getting the infrastructure ready to put everybody on the phones and on the apps. And the future plan was on how it was going to be. By me working in these in these type of fields, and getting the analytical data out there, and me understanding how to break it down, going to the meetings and understanding why we're going to be moving into these directions, then I have to explain that to the staff and everything else like that. I'm doing that same thing here. It's not my fault you guys did not want to listen to it. But now a lot of you guys better start paying attention now, because Pedro, Hannibal, Rideshare Rodeo, Himside Money Plans, right along with Bree, Sarah Elizabeth, Side Hustle Addict, Moochie Moo, More Finance, Nugs, GigTube, let's go to UDM, Your Driver Mike, Bentley Coupe. We can keep going on Nova. We can keep going on and on and on and on and on. None of these people were willing to stand up and give you this information that my team was giving you guys. None of them were. And right now, none of them will talk about this stuff. None of them will. They don't want to talk about the big change that's already here. What are you going to do? Let me talk to you like Hulk Hogan. What you going to do, brother? When all these gig apps join together, they drink all their milk. They get their bodies and bones real strong. They start to pumping. They start to feel it inside their veins, and they look at the little kids and the parents who they're looking at them and saying, you depend on me to get it to you. I'm not going to let you down. And the gig app say, we will not let you work. We will not let you work unless you understand what's going on, man. And brothers, I don't want to let anyone down, because I am Hulk Hogan. I got all my Hulkamaniacs out there watching this. They're saying their prayers and eating their vitamins because of Hulkamania, and it runs wild all over this nation. If Hulkamania can't do it for you with all the love from all the Hulkamaniacs all around the world, who is going to be there to help the customers? People, it's that easy to do a promo. But yeah, what are you going to do when the gig apps come crashing down on you? What are you going to do when the gig apps won't even let you be able to get on the app because it's a waiting list to get on all the apps? Got to get my hot smells from Robert Queefs. Well, Stevie Wonder, I know that's you. I'm gonna let you get maybe. I'll give you two more jokes because that one was not a good one. Got to get my hot smells from Robert Queefs. Well, for anyone that knows about queefs and farts and sharks and stuff, queef is like a little. That's not even hot. It just snuck out. There's no temperature in that. So if I were you, I will go back to the drawing board, rethink in your head, what joke can I do to walk in the room to try to make everybody laugh? Do that, and then come back. You only got 2 more chances. I'm giving you 2 more chances. Only 2. Because that one sucked. I'm sorry. That one sucked. Now, you got to think about this now. Since Mr. Flex is so stubborn, and there's other drivers out there who are stubborn, what are you going to do? If this driver, check this out. Right now, there is a whole new type of ball game being played in his market that he knows nothing about because he won't do it. So if this person starts talking about the earn by time in his area, are you going to take his advice? It's kind of like J-Rom. J-Rom was telling, he was giving this thing, and first of all, J-Rom, you can't tell somebody I was never 3.5% body fat. For being a fighter involved with sports still, training in the gym, and doing all that stuff with Brazilian top team total MMA, and doing what I do, I was 3.5%, 4% body fat for a long time. Before I met my wife, they used to, in college, they used to sculpt me in the sculpting classes. I would stand there and they would sculpt me on the clay. J-Rom, Cypress College, and Golden West College. Go ahead and get that straight. When I tell you body fat is what it is. So that was a lie there. But this guy was using this. He was giving the same thing at every gym that everybody else does. Well, if you look, come to a program, I'll design a program and this and that. First of all, you design a program based upon someone's injuries and everything else like that. And then you go ahead and see what diseases that they have, with injuries. You go ahead and do a program based off of that. Then genetics, do all that. Then you customize the program that's made for them. You get it done. Now, he said what everybody else says in the gym industry. Well, look, I'll give you 1 month. And if you don't drop this month, if you don't see any results and drop this in 1 month, you can walk away. That is what they tell you to say on the paper at every single corporate gym in America. That is what they tell to anybody who don't know anything. He's trash because that's what he used to tell people publicly. And he said when people quit and they say, well, I find I can do something better. He said, how are you going to tell me about my training if you've never done it, right? Now, this goes hand in hand with the earn by time. How are you going to tell me about earn by time if you've never done it in your market? Also, this goes into J-Rom saying that he won't open up my nutrition plan. And he says that my workout plan is in there. There's no workout plan and stuff like there. It's only a nutrition plan. He said, I'm not going to open up a nutrition plan and go with a cookie cutter workout program. So, but look, guy, take your own advice. If you've never opened it up and you've never understood what I do or see my program, you can't talk about what you don't know. You see how it all ties in? He also said, now this is what makes it stupid, which why you guys got to understand this. In the fitness world, every trainer that there is has before and after pictures of their clients. They have boot camp videos of them working out. They have one-on-one videos with them working out, because what I've learned from marketing, when your client is watching them first start, you videotape them from the start. And they watch their progress and see them change. Then they see their form change and everything else. And then they can share that video with their family and their friends and all of that. I would share with everybody else on social media and everything, so they get more support when they walk down the street. When they go in the grocery store, when they go shopping, people are showing them more support because they live in the same city. Coach J. Rom said that videotaping and showing your clients before and afters and results is unprofessional. Well, then 99% of all the trainers in the world are unprofessional. You are the only trainer that I know that does not have any footage or before and after pictures to share with people out there. That is not unprofessional. And Tammy agreed with that. She said, that's not professional. That is so stupid. So you're saying that trainers who have a web page and social media pages, they don't show their clients at all. You're a liar. And that's stupid for saying that. The reason why I brought this up, people, is because if there's a trainer out there and he's having a hard time trying to gain clientele, and when he sits them down and he's just trying to talk them and tell them, and Jay Rom said, I'll call you on the phone and tell you and try to customize the program. You don't do that on the phone. You do it in person. If you say my nutrition program can't be sent through a PDF, how are you going to call somebody on the phone and try to give them a workout plan and say, contact me when you're done? That's even worse. You're an idiot. Now, if there's a trainer out there who's trying to get more clientele and he has somebody sitting there and he says, well, I do this, I have this training, I work on all this and this and that, they're supposed to just take his word for it. Or you know what I would do? Look, right now I have currently, now you're saying you're trying to drop 40 pounds. I have 5 people that I am working with right now that in 6 months, they have dropped 40 pounds or more. Here, let me pull this out. I'll pull my folder out. I'll open it up. Now, this is so-and-so here. Now, this person also has asthma just like you. Now, they also have this, which is a similarity. That's why I'm showing you this. Now, look at these pictures here and look at these results. Is this something that you can see yourself doing here, getting to look like this in that short amount of time? Yes. Well, what's holding you back? I just don't have the motivation. I don't have nobody at home. Everyone eats bad. Have you ever tried a diet? I try those all the time. And that's when I say, well, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. I'll show you how to put the foods in to help you gain the progress that you want so that you're not dieting at all. Does that make sense to you? Yes. Now let me show you how it looks. That's when I show them a video. Now this is a class that I do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays here. Now all these people here are my clients also with other members of the gym. So my clients not only train with me one-on-one, they take my classes so that they are with me 5 days a week. Now, do you see how that can help you lose weight and get in shape if you were with me 5 days a week? Yes. Now let me show you what they do. I'll show them a video. Now, do these exercises look hard? That one looks so hard. Yeah, but watch this. Look at the person right next to him. Are they doing the same thing? They kind of are. Now, kind of are is right. Let me explain to you why. Because I modify every step from beginner to intermediate to expert level of the program. You'll see some people doing it the expert style, some intermediate, some doing it like this. Some people have injuries, so I even have to modify it like that so everyone can get the same work in. Do you see yourself doing this? Is this something like that you want to try today? Yes. All right, let's do it like this. Let me take you out here. I'll go ahead and show you a few stretches. I'll show you a few ab drills that we're going to go ahead and do in this class, and then I'll see you over there. Fair enough? Yes. Stretch them out, show them some drills. How's that feel? It feels pretty good. Well, check this out. We're about to go do a whole hour of this. Go put your stuff in your locker, and then I'll meet you at the door. They'll walk inside, train, sign up, and done. Now, all of that comes from showing people your clientele, what the work is, and how it's done. If a trainer comes in and does not know that, he's not going to make money because he don't know how to change. The other people don't want him to change, to adapt, to do it the right way, which ties into the gig world. Thank you, J Ram, for being a sacrificial lamb on that one also. People, I do sales and I do work. J Ram is probably watching this like, damn, people, yeah, I gotta admit, he knows what the hell he's talking about. All of this goes in from Flex, quitting, to J Ram, doing a thing, Flex not knowing about the market, J Ram not knowing about what I do, and then having somebody else not understand what to do to go ahead and get it right. The guy that don't know is going to quit and leave. The guy that don't want to change is going to quit and leave. And the only person that's going to be there is me, left over. Now, when there's 1, there's 10. When there's 10, there's 100. When there's 100, there's 1,000, which means that the new breed of the people are going to be a bunch of people just like me, which means DoorDash is looking for people like Sam Lee, myself, the immigrants who are coming over here and making the money, the people that can keep their ratings up at, and I'm gonna go ahead and get you like this: the people that can keep their ratings up from 80% to 100%, those are the real people that will be getting the real stuff. 70%, you're in the game. But that's how the tier system is going to be separating. There's levels to the game, people. There's levels to the game. When the levels come, people will leave. Hands down. Flex has already done that. If you don't believe me, let's watch it. Let me see this, please, babe. Now, let's go with, I think it's this one, right? Is it this one? Okay, it's this one right here. Check this out. DoorDash forcing drivers to deactivate themselves with the earn by time feature. These drivers are quitting because they cannot cherry pick anymore. Are you one of them? Take a look.
I think they'll say, just refresh your app. That's not the problem. There's run by timer money. Exactly.
Yeah, me too. This is the same thing, but you're not getting large orders, which I'm confused about.
Well, not getting large orders because the acceptance rate.
Oh, okay. So you couldn't keep your acceptance rate.
Perhaps, while I'm not getting the orders, all those other orders are being picked up by people that are doing it for app.
All the orders are being picked up from the drivers that are doing them per hour. He said because of the acceptance rate. Flex just said this, people, because of the acceptance rate, and it's cut off. He said it right there. I've told you guys this was going to happen. He said earn by time is in my area. The acceptance rate, he cannot see the stuff on what it is, so he's blind now. He's completely blind on what's out there. He's blind. Now with that, the other drivers, he said, are picking it up, which makes it so that he is not going to be able to keep up, and he's going to quit the app. That's why I told you guys ahead of time. Or you guys surprised Mr. Flex got deactivated? Yes, no, and the last one was C. He should have learned. He should have learned. He said, or possibly, it's not possibly. Pizza Man said something. He said, there's no more LOPs, and yeah, I've already told you guys that for over a year. Don't act like you're surprised. You didn't listen. You guys thought it was lies and said it's fake news. You guys are, man, 2024, from right now to 2024. Woo, you guys gonna be apologizing in freaking other ways. The apologies are gonna come from you guys doing your orders, and then you will be telling people, no, you gotta do it like this. Get your ratings up to do it like this. Now you'll be able to see the markets, and then you'll know why we were saying know your markets, know your zip codes, know your zones, know everything. This wasn't something to make you guys like just think that. Remember, I've been doing this since 2014, right? Okay, so this is something, and I told Hannibal and Rice, Rodeo, and all of them, this market never stays the same. It always changes. I've gone through so many different changes with the gig apps since 2014. It never stays the same. It changes every so often. If it's really going bad, it'll change like every 6 months. Okay, before the pandemic, it stayed the same, but it was changing periodically, the way you got paid, how often, things like that. This thing is not something that is a stable, secure place. It's always changing, so you have to learn how to adapt. If you can't adapt to change, you will leave. Why do most W-2 people leave their jobs? There's a new management company that comes in. They put a new manager in charge from a different building. He's coming on over. They're implementing their way on how they do it. The employees in the break room says, man, I ain't working for him no more. He talked to me like that again. I'm just gonna quit. Guess what happens? They get talked to like that again, and they tell them you can walk out the door. And what does that W-2 person do? Go ahead and quit. Then they go to another job where the other manager ends up working there because you go from job to job. The managers do that same cycle too. Now they're not the regular employees. They go and get the management job. So now you got to deal with them, and now you'll keep quitting jobs. Then once you keep quitting jobs, you go to driving the gig apps and keep that same damn mentality. And now that the gig after changing and changing and changing, you can't keep up, and then you quit like Flex. He deactivated himself. He's not working anymore because of earn by time. He's a quitter. He doesn't want to go ahead and do earn by time and earn it because he don't think that you can get tips out there. This is how the earn by time is going to make you believe that there's tips out there. When you go to a customer's house and you do your thing and they give you that tip on top of what your earn by time is, let's say the earn by time said you're going to get a guaranteed $17 per hour in this zone. Let's say you did 2 orders. Let's say that $17. Let's say one person tipped you 10 bucks, one person tipped you 5. So that's 17. That's now 27 plus the extra. That's $32 for that hour. Now, because of your ratings, you will get repeat customers. Repeat customers that tip you will make sure you're making your money. Oh, apps are now rounding down active time. They're doing that also, Sam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They are doing that. Now, yep, they are doing that. Now, I would like to know if there is anybody in the gig space. I see Sam Lee there. I see Jeff Thomas Black. If there is anybody in the gig space who would like to speak up about this, especially if you know that I've been telling you guys this for over a year. If you would like to speak up on this, the link is there. You can click the link. The link is open. While that's going on, I would like to say I was watching the video I did earlier. They were replaying it on Rumble. I forgot to upload it up there, so the restream worked over there for Tammy and them. They had like 100 people in there watching it. She was agreeing with everything I was saying pretty much. But her crew was over there trying to say, get out of here. We don't want you here. We're not on your side. I don't want you on my side. But I told them, I gave them the funk back. Tammy was saying, no, don't do it. Don't come here and doing all that. Guess what I said? You guys are watching my content, all my music, all my video. As long as this is going on, I'm staying, and that's that. Tammy had to get up there and say, people, yes, this is all Robert stuff here. Everyone be nice. People, when you own your stuff, they have to do certain things. I changed the flow of that room because they were looking at me, and it was my material. I forgot to upload it on Rumble and source it to here, but they were still watching my video, and my ad revenue did go in and stuff like that. That's how it goes. But it was there. I did send her an email. I wanted her to get up here later on to speak on so we can give Eli a birthday gift. And by the way, for Eli's birthday gift, I want everyone who doesn't like him to click the link. We're gonna give him a birthday gift. Okay. She said no because of the court case, but she was going over the stuff before this. But she says she's trying to subpoena me still. I don't even have his phone number or anything, so it's a waste of time. She said because the case, she doesn't want to go ahead and get it up here. So that's that. But everybody else can. We're gonna give Eli a birthday gift because I know he's watching this too. So we're gonna all get up here and talk about him for his birthday. I see someone in the back here. Let's go ahead and click this up. And come on now. It's my main man. It is my main man who knows the master plan.
How you doing, Robert?
How are you doing? How do you like what you hear?
So I haven't caught most of the show. I only caught like the last 10 minutes. We got leaf pickup day tomorrow where the city comes and scoops all the streets. So I've been blowing all the leaves into the street, which has been a multi-month process, but today I finished it off. So I've been blowing leaves. So this is exactly, what you're saying is right on. This is worse than anyone knows, Robert. We're asking ourselves in society, why are people openly walking into stores and committing theft? and walking out with packages? Why are customers reporting food as not delivered if it was delivered? Why are restaurants stealing tips? Why are people driving terribly and attacking each other in public? Why are these crazy things happen? And so here's the realization, and I'm working on the book in this that I'm getting ready for you all. We live in anarchy, Robert, and here's what I mean by that. Anarchy is a system in which there is no true rule of law. There are no true consequences. And we know for a fact we are living in anarchy now as slaves because the gig economy is corporate fraud. It's pure AI corporate fraud. It's fraud that made some people in this community some money. It's made a lot of gangsters and organized criminals and shitbags like the rideshare guy and other corporate sellouts a lot of money. But the thing about this part of the corporate AI fraud is that we're the disposable aspect. We, the app slaves, the slaves are completely and totally disposable. And the idea behind this slavery and behind this fascism is that these companies, Uber, DoorDash, in particular, have been allowed to make their own regulations, their own rules, and have been bypassed by the US government, which has forsaken us as impoverished slaves. So there's no safety net for us. They gave us an entire fraudulent sector of business, which is only designed to be short term. So we're already at the end, Robert. This is at the end. This is where they dispose of us, and we all look at each other and go, "Where the fuck are we supposed to go now?" So this slavery, we know for an absolute fact, there is nothing organic about Uber. There's nothing organic about DoorDash. Every single person is just a target of corporate AI there to fleece you. And so we are selling ourselves into genocide and slavery with this corporatocracy. And again, why are these other crimes being unprosecuted? Why are customers doing this? Why would customers start behaving badly, and restaurants and everybody else? Because everyone realizes this is fraud. If Uber can get away with fraud, Robert, why can't I? If DoorDash can get away with just pure theft, why can't I? If the state of California, and so that's where this game that's being played. Yesterday, I've been kind of under the weather because I threw out my back, but I was watching a number of the corporate channels, and I got to say, the rideshare guy and Sergio Avedian and Chris, whatever his last name is, they just make me sick. I have never seen a bigger bunch of bullshit artists and corporate sellouts and pukes than these guys. And I counted Sergio Avedian as a friend, but these bullshit artists are talking to corporate media like the LA Times and some writer lady who are going with the concept that these corporations are good, lasting, productive factors that just need to be rehabilitated. They're never being rehabilitated, Robert. We got to stop being our own fucking genocidal tool. This is never getting better. Uber and DoorDash were designed. Every economist knows this. Every academic knows this. The only reason we don't know this is that the gig economy is divided up by the stupid, the ignorant, and the crooked. The stupid, right, the ignorant, and crooked. And I was one of the ignorant ones too, because corporate AI is new to us. We were sold out. The pandemic was the end for us of legitimate employment because the governments of the world decided to let corporations make their own rules. They completely whiffed on regulations. Now, California's done a few different things. Seattle's done a few different things. Maybe the state of Washington. But here's the game that these guys play. This is a short-term investment. By the time another year comes around, none of the rules that they're attempting to make now will make any difference because we'll all be gone. They'll shit us all out the other end. And we're letting it happen. We are letting it happen. It's so sickening, Robert. I feel like I'm watching my people be murdered before my very eyes, because I'm talking to my friends like Brian, DoorDash Sucks, and other people. They're not making enough. They're ready to lose their apartments. They're not making enough to even survive, and there's nowhere else to go. And this illusion that they give us that AI is our friend. Well, AI is what made us unemployed in the first place. AI is the reason none of your resumes were ever seen by a legitimate employer. AI is the reason that your health insurance claims were turned down. AI is the reason that your employment claims aren't functioning. I mean, they turned our entire society over to computer programs. But here's the problem. They turned it from humans who had accountability over to computer programs who have no accountability. So there's no accountability in Uber destroying humanity. There's none because it's a corporation. Uber does not care if we are alive in 2 years. You have to realize that the Uber is operating as if we are a resource that does not need to be around even a day longer than Uber wants us. Not just be around as workers, but be around as human beings. It's just going to burn us out. Same thing with DoorDash. DoorDash is operating under the corporate assumption that the day that DoorDash is done with us, it shits us out the other end, and we have no recourse and we have no information. Again, let's go back to the basics of what the gig economy is. It's app slavery. They piped in through disaggregated parts of the internet on our cell phone. They disaggregated us from everything in, and they piped in a illusion of work into our phone that we would use to drive ourselves into poverty, homelessness, and total destruction. And we bought it because the alternatives that they were giving us in the W-2 world were also being used against us, right? They were using all those same systems to boot us out. But the problem is, I mean, I watch these disgusting corporate sellouts, and I watch this disgusting behavior. I saw a clip of your Hollywood gig news this morning, Robert, where Cherry was on there with Thunder and some other people, who these dog shit gangsters are. These human detritus, these pieces of shit gangsters that think they have a community, Flex and Cherry and stuff. Like, fuck those guys. I've never seen bigger pieces of human garbage in my entire lifetime than I've come across in this gig community. And that again tells you that this is organized crime. Fuck Zach Drives Fast. He knows this is a scam. Kim knows this is a scam. Sergio knows this is a scam. Everybody, we need to make a list of the fucking sellouts to humanity, the dog shit sellout, fuck you channels like the rideshare guy. Why don't you come on, Sergio Avedian, and tell us how you're going to reform Uber, an algorithm that no human can define? How are you going to reform a combination? It's not even one algorithm, right? A computer system of black box artificial intelligence that is impossible to understand. You're going to reform it when there's no regulations? Uber makes their own regulations. Uber operates as a government. As a government, every protection we've ever won as laborers in the history of humanity has been waved off with nobody saying a thing. Why? Because we're the chosen victims. Robert, you're black. Did you know that, Robert? You're black. They don't care if you fucking die. I'm a Jew. I'm poor. They don't care if I fucking die. I don't have connections to Harvard. I'm not of a class that they care if I live or die. Hell, the women, the people of color, the immigrants, and then you got dog shit fucking pieces of shit gangsters like Pedro DoorDash Santiago, who gets put in this space to be a cult leader. Fuck that guy. What a fucking con artist.
Check this out, Jeff. Uber has Kamala Harris, her brother-in-law is in the government. For those of you who don't know, go ahead and check it out. Her brother-in-law is in the government, one of the head of government that runs a lot of the things as far as legal matters and all that. Uber has now brought him over. So now Uber has a government official running what's going on now.
DoorDash's head of government affairs worked in the White House. David Risher, the new CEO of Lyft, is appointed by BlackRock because he's a fucking servant of the oligarch. Look, guys, there is no... Look, when people tell you in this age, information is power, that's how you know you're a slave. Because they have all the information and we have none. Anything that you believe is going on in your cell phone, in your gig app, you're kidding yourself. None of us have any clue how this works. The only thing we can do is, Robert, as you said, react to it after the fact. We're just getting our chain jerked. There are no rules. And if you look up the definition of anarchy, anarchy is a society where there are no rules There is no rule of law. That's what we have. There are no rules. Anything DoorDash chooses to do to you, they will get away with doing. Anything, Robert. We have no recourse. We have no power. Who in the world besides a slave would put themselves in that position? Nobody. That's how you know we're slaves, because we have zero power. Zero. Not even zero power. They don't even care if we last another day. We're burnable fuel. We are expendable fuel. And when they get done with us, where are we going to go, Robert? What's the fallback when they kick us off, when they shut down the gig economy, they close these companies, or the app slaves, the app slavery game gets totally thrown over to AI? What are we going to do then? Because there's no government safety net. It's not like we get unemployment, or we're going to get Cobra, or we're going to get some kind of safety net. The government is selling us out at the same time that the app slavery is selling us out. So I want to just point out to every single one of these people, Harry Campbell, I've been on your show, Sergio, Chris, been on your show, Steve Johnson, Hyde Shirhodi, I've been on your show, Zach and Kimmy, been on your show. Like, you people you're not, you didn't start off being bad people, but what you're caught in now is a global slave game. And you are nauseating fucking pukes right now to suggest that you can work with DoorDash and Uber to reform the very criminals that have enslaved you and enslaved humanity. The only thing to do is kill the corporations and burn them with fire. Robert, we can do this without them. You could make every single delivery that you've made without Uber or without DoorDash. You could do rideshare without Uber, without DoorDash. Our government sold us out into slavery. Nobody can deny it. There is no recourse. There is no power for the worker here. We are pure slaves. Many of us work at a loss. We're only an accident or a ticket or an injury or something away from total catastrophe. Total catastrophe in our lives. We all know that. And the only reason we live with it and the rest of the world lives with it is we're the chosen victims. We're the ones that are supposed to go down and fucking die. Well, I don't want our people to do that, Robert. But you got these stupid fucks, like Always Cherry Pick, like Flex, like any of these stupid fucks that keep on perpetrating this organized crime and this idea that they're somehow a club of cool people because they know how to be good slaves. Anybody that's being a good slave to survive, well, sometimes you got to be a good slave to survive. I've done it myself, but I still knew I was a slave. I didn't fucking lie to myself and say I was starting a business and things were going great. I knew I was a slave, and I knew that I had to get out of it. Let me answer this really quick,
Jeff. Sorry to cut you off. Let me answer this.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm babbling.
Oh, no, you're right. No, because you went right into not having this and not having that. And Steve says no health care, no retirement, no unemployment, insurance, and super low wages. I would like to say this, though. Well, all this bad stuff going on in California, we have health care, we have retirement, and you can also apply for unemployment if you really want to go ahead and do it. And you're gonna have to make sure you got all your ducks in a row. Robert?
You know what that's called? Ahead. That's called a loss leader. That's called a loss leader. Uber and DoorDash and Lyft, they throw California a bone because it's a big economy and it's liberal. And so we get to sell out humanity while California does okay. There's nothing new to that, Robert. But here's the thing. The fact that a few of the slaves can live in the big house and get better treatment while 90% of us die doesn't make it any better. So we got to stop pretending. Right. California is not a trend. California has never been a trend. Washington is not a trend. None of us will live or work in app slavery long enough to ever see any reform. Listen, Robert, the government can't do it. It's not just that regulators didn't want to do it. They can't. The fraud of app slavery, the fraud of corporate AI is diametrically opposed to regulation because you can't regulate what's impossible to understand. There's a dual impossibility scenario with black box AI. You can't understand it. You can't explain it. Robert, if I said I got a business opportunity with you for you, but you got to invest with me, and you said, what is it? And I say, I can't explain it and I can't understand it, but it's going to make a lot of money. Would you do it, Robert?
Yeah, see, and a lot of people will say no. Yeah, it makes no sense. And those are like,
none of it, and that's how you know it's fraud.
You go to Starbucks, and in Starbucks, you'll see by where you pick up your drinks, they have like that thumbtack board, and it's just random stuff up there that people will just walk by. But you don't know, one of those messages might be a moneymaker, but no one's gonna do it because it's not telling you anything. It's not
Right.
it's not giving you anything, and
That's
it's like
because
that.
that's
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
that's because this is a temporary step. They're burning us out. They're burning our cars out. They're burning our people out. They're burning our minds out. They're gaslighting us. They're conditioning us to be slaves to an electronic device. They're dehumanizing us, which is what slavery does, Robert. You dehumanize people, and people are going to look back if humanity survives, which is looking like probably not a real great chance of that right now. If humanity survives, anybody that is surviving will look back at app slavery and ask, how could that possibly have been allowed? Who in the world would have allowed poor people and impoverished people around the world to be enslaved by corporate AI and driven into poverty and desperation? Who would have done that? And nobody will. I mean, this is fascism. This is as bad as it gets. And again, the fact that YouTube has been here to perpetrate the fraud, to give us a community to live through this fraud together and to make it our shared reality is one thing. But let me tell you something. The rest of the world doesn't know we exist, Robert. We're invisible.
Right.
This gig community, we may think we exist on YouTube and we're big badasses, but the rest of the world doesn't even know we exist. They don't know how we get paid. They don't know how we're enslaved. They don't know that our income has been decreasing for years and that there's no autonomy and that this is pure fraud. Nobody told them that. And plus, they're not worried about us. They're worried about investment vehicles and passive income. You know what we are? Every single one of us, Robert, look in the mirror right now. You are passive income for a corporation and oligarchs. That's all we are. We don't exist as human beings. We are known as passive income. If a million of us died today, they wouldn't blink an eye. They didn't know us. They didn't know us.
Right.
It's just like any of the other Uber or DoorDash or gig economy workers that get murdered. They never knew us. They never make any statements. They never knew us. They don't know us. They don't employ us. They don't know us. They don't care if we live or die. They don't care what happens to us when they're done with us, Robert. What kind of job have you ever had in your life that didn't care about what happened to you when you were off the clock? Like any job that you've ever had, they build some investment in you. They care about you, at least the fact that you're going to be there tomorrow, right? And the gig economy gets rid of even that. The gig economy doesn't care if you're here tomorrow. They don't care if you're here in 5 minutes. This is
Right.
not survivable.
Now
This
check
is
this
not
out.
survivable.
Well, this is why I
Not
was
survivable.
telling a lot of the content creators when they got a whiff of me, and I'm trying to let them know about, Prop 22, and they were like, it's gonna kill everything. Why? I
No.
know what's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah.
So
So
I
let's talk
I
about
would
what Prop 22.
wait. I would rather go ahead, look at all the pros of something that's gonna allow me to make more money before they take it away. So I am at least somewhat more stable than what
Look,
the other people are. So why would I vote for something to be in the same boat as people who are going to be more miserable? I might as well go ahead and vote for the change that's going to put some more in right now, because when it comes time to do what they're going to go ahead and do it. And I want to make sure that I'm already in line to go through that conveyor belt. That was the only reason, people. Now, all these people that were saying, well, we need this in our states. Well, you guys were the same people saying, don't vote for it in your state, and you ain't even in my state. You're trying to tell me
but
what to do over here.
you're not gonna get it. The American government and the governments of the world approved our app slavery. Again, this is what I'm telling you. The fundamentals of anybody that has business knowledge are this: they have all the information, they withhold it from us, and they gaslight us and enslave us with AI to get us to do things against our best interest. That's the basics of the gig economy. We have no information, we have no power, and we have no future. No, you get that? No future. How can we be given? We are giving our lives. We are literally giving our lives and our time, Robert, every day to oligarchs and a corporatocracy that want us dead, that we have no future. This is pure fraud. I don't know any other way to say it. And there's no other rationale, by the way,
Right.
for AI,
Well,
because
Steve,
AI is the complex solution to a simple problem, right? Robert, delivery is a simple problem. Rideshare is a simple problem. The only reason it is made complex by Uber and DoorDash is because they want it. They need it to be inorganic. They need to make up a system that is an illusion of reality, but such a convincing illusion of reality that the slaves buy into it. That's a hard job, Robert. That takes a lot of work, and that's what they do. Remember, like, taxis worked. Nobody ever had a taxi problem. Taxis worked before rideshare. Rideshare is just a corporate way to put taxis out of business and take all the business and enslave people. And you know, the idea that this is done without even a glimpse into our survivability of our future, our income, our workers' safety, our training. I mean, this is an absolute betrayal of humanity that our government let happen. You've been sold out.
right.
There's no other way to do the math.
Let me address this comment here.
Yeah.
Let me address this comment here from Steve. Steve says these companies are taking up to 75% of the transaction, and they should be prohibited from taking any more than 25% and less. Well, you got to look at those numbers on what you just said, Steve. And I'm not going to tell you to shave your mustache on this one. You look at that 75%, right? The reason why they are able to take upwards of 75% and pay less than 25%, you gotta look at commission and salesmen and people that work like that. Some people are getting 7%, 10%, depending on what it is that you do. If you're an agent, 15%. If you're a real good agent, you can get your 20 to 25%. That's the most on what you're gonna get. That's why they do it like that.
But again, this is the wrong analogy, though, because you're making this analogous to a legitimate business. Gig apps are not analogous in any way, shape, or form to legitimate businesses, and they can't run as such. The reason that the gig economy fought so hard to write Proposition 22 for California is that the one that the legislators passed would have put them out of business in the state. It's DoorDash and Uber and Lyft, they only work as fraud. If they didn't defraud you in every offer, then the system wouldn't work. That's why they defraud us, and so that's their excuse for defrauding us.
But that's my point, Jeff. I was gonna get to that point. The reason why they're doing that, and I said because that's what they'll go do if you're an agent. That's the most, because these drivers out here. We know that every driver that we see here in the gig world, I'm an independent contractor. I'm my own boss. I run my own business. Well, since you think like that, they're going to give you what real business and owners and contractors are going to get. They'll give you that 25% and less, because that's what you guys say you are. So mentally, if you guys are thinking that, that's what they're going to give
I don't know.
You got to change your mindset to switch that up to make them change it up.
We can't blame the victims. This is the singularity. People are not being told that they're app slaves. People are lied to. People believe that this is some dispatch system, and that somehow they're being fairly, I've heard multiple people say this since I started the project, or seen multiple people write it. Well, the government wouldn't let this happen to us if it was fraud. Isn't that, hey, Robert?
Yeah.
Robert. I'm not going to be on the screen with this person, so I'll leave if you need to have this person on. I got nothing to say to this thing.
Reese, I'll leave. I'll step down. I was going to be civil.
We're on this discussion.
I'll step down.
Cherry,
all right, Cherry, if you
got to
be
know,
civil, that's fine. It's fine, Cherry.
Yeah, you got to be civil, Cherry.
It was total dog shit.
Okay, that's fine, but here's what I have to say. Me and Robert have this truce right now, and we're both kind of on the same page about people that aren't gig workers coming into our space. And I believe, and I'm going to be respectful, you fall into that category.
Yeah, you're full of shit, Cherry. Fuck you.
Okay. Well, you're cussing and I'm not.
I did 5,521 deliveries, and you're a slave, dipshit.
Are you gonna pay? Are you gonna pay mine and Robert Reese's electric bill because we're gonna take your advice? He's not gonna let me talk, Robert.
Florida blobfish, you big old racist motherfucker.
Jeff,
Yo,
let him
Robert,
get
I'm
in.
not
Jeff,
staying on with this guy.
All right.
HotFacts?
All right, Terry, get it in. All right, Terry,
I tried, man. All right, here, brother. You and me are on the same page about stuff like that. I don't care how many dashes he has. He is saying his line of thinking goes to corporate America, whether we are W-2 workers, whether we are doing whatever. If you take his trail down the path that we're all doomed. So my simple question that Torp, Flex, me and other people keep asking him in chat rooms is, who's gonna pay my bills if I take his advice? What is his alternative other than for us to sit in the middle of the parking lot in front of Chipotle and protest? Who's paying Robert Reese's rent and his mortgage and his kids' medical bills next month if he listens to you, Jeff? That's the only thing I have to say. I'm being sane. I am speaking for all delivery drivers right now. What is the alternative, Jeff?
Jeff up there. Okay. Let me put him up. He just clicked back in.
You're asking me as a slave, what's the alternative to slavery? The alternative is freedom, Cherry. Be smart, man. Be smart. You're being a slave. You've never gotten anything out of being a slave except for slavery.
So that's a non-answer, dude. That's a mumble jumbo, to be honest with you. I'm not going to raise my voice, and you can keep cursing.
Let's not talk over each other, Cherry, or this is going to be a fucking waste of time. Okay? If you can talk and then I can talk, but we can't talk at the same time.
Right, Jeff, okay, so let me answer the real question, and I'm going to mute myself. Answer the question.
All right, look. Let's do it like this. Kerry just asked you a question. Answer the question, Jeff. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute and 30 seconds to answer that question. And then Kerry, when he's done there, he'll go ahead. You can go ahead and talk after.
I think Cherry and I are capable of taking turns without a stopwatch. We'll find out. So Cherry, the answer to how to not be a slave is to stop being a slave. It's not just the gig economy; it's the W-2 jobs as well. The government sold us out into a fraud scheme, into a corporate AI fraud scheme. So Cherry, this is ending whether you want it to or not. It's already heading down the path where you're going to be disposed of by these companies in short order. So what you're asking me is, like, the thing that's failing, like, shouldn't we just hang on to the thing that's failing? And the answer is no, you should not keep being a slave, because the only thing you're going to get out of this is destroyed. And most people, Cherry, are not profiting off this. Most people are losing. So you're selling out your fellow humans, even if you and a few of your friends can gain. So what comes after the corporatocracy, we don't know. Maybe all of us will die. Maybe there will be a revolution. There's a lot of possibilities. But the fact is, Cherry, you're old enough and smart enough to know pure fraud when you see it. There are no standards. There are no rules. There's nothing. The only reason you and your pals were ever able to make a good business out of this is that it's fraud, and you guys could rig the rigged system. And that's all fair. Because this is the thing. Somebody asked, why are people being allowed to commit theft in public? Well, corporations are being allowed to commit theft in public. There's no rules anymore, brother. There's no rules. Go ahead, Cherry.
Okay, I appreciate your little soapbox thing there, Jeff. And you got to say the same thing you've been saying for months. But the question still is going to be the same question that I am asking, Torp is asking, Flex is asking. Subscribers are putting comments in to ask this simple question. Okay, the end of the world is coming and the world's going to blow up or whatever, and you think it's because of corporate America. In the meantime, are you going to call my landlord and say, I got Cherry's rent this month?
That's just Cherry. You're positioning a question that's absurd. You're positioning a question of, should you stick to your fraudulent slavery scheme? And if you don't, is it my responsibility to tell you how the world works out for you? It's not.
Okay. Okay. And now let me ask you something. You just said, can I speak?
Yeah.
Because you're not answering the question. So we'll move on from that, because you're not answering the question, my man.
No, I won't answer the question. You're talking.
Then answer it. Who's paying my bills if I don't go do Uber Eats and DoorDash tonight?
Stop.
When I'd rather be home watching football, when I'd rather go out with my friends and hang out.
The fascist corporatocracy, Cherry, has to be put down if we want to survive. You can't win this game. You're playing a losing game. So you're asking, who's going to pay my slave bills? Stop paying your slave bills, Jerry. Stop carrying your slave phone. Stop being a slave. And again, just because a few of you can band together and make this semi-profitable, you must think of the rest of humanity that is suffering great loss at this global fraud.
So you want me to be homeless for your cause?
Jerry, people are already going homeless. This isn't about what I want. I'm an economist. I'm telling you what's happening, not what I desire.
I thought you were a delivery driver. I thought you were one of us coming in to make somebody who's in this chat right now taking a break, who's paying their bills. You're calling them a slave. You're putting down how they make a living. And by the way, you called me a racist when last time I checked, and you're sitting on Robert Reese's, who's called me a racist. Last time I checked, saying somebody is doing something of their free will to make a living should not be considered to being a slave. You're Jewish. Would you like the most smallest thing in the world to be considered to be compared to the Holocaust?
Jerry,
are you for real? Why don't you use the Holocaust since you're a Jew?
That's an illusion. And yes, the reason I've called you a racist is that you've said racist things. So it's not a T-shirt I expect you to wear every day.
But don't you think in and of itself, to call on a black man's channel his job a slavery, how does that make him feel? How does that make anybody feel?
Cherry, don't come on, Cherry. I knew you were going to throw a curveball in somewhere. I knew you were going to throw a curveball in, Cherry. You got to stop that, Cherry.
Robert, I've heard this one before.
He won't answer the question, Robert. So I moved on to another topic. Let's go back to this. Who's paying me and Robert's bills this month if we take your protest seriously?
Okay, Cherry, wait, Cherry, Jeff, Sam Lee also in the chat, he says JTB did not answer Cherry's question. Sam Lee says the answer is to start your own business. That's what Sam Lee says is the answer. What do you think about that?
I can't answer a question when I'm talking over Cherry. It is. This is the definition of slavery. The worker has zero power, zero benefits, works at a break even or loss of income, is gaslighted, abused, and used in every way, shape, or form in a singularity where the worker doesn't even have can't even give informed consent for their abuse. That's a definition of slavery, Cherry. If you don't like it, that's your problem. But I know what slavery is.
That is not the definition of slavery. That's not even close.
Wait. All right, wait. Let's stop it there. He gave you an answer. Now let me keep Jeff on this. Now Sam Lee says JTB didn't answer Cherry's question. Sam Lee says the answer is to start your own business. What do you feel about that, Jeff?
Yeah, obviously. Well, okay. Whoops. I don't know what happened. Hold on. I think I hit it.
You're always beholden to somebody according to Jeff's standards, Robert. He's gonna, what's the difference if I have to get an occupational license, if I have certain rules, if I have to pay rent? He's telling me not to pay rent on my condo. Don't I have to pay rent if I start my own business? Don't I have to pay a mortgage if I buy the building? What you're saying, dude, is such a circle of nonsense to people that actually work hard for a living. The people that you're preaching to are working.
Let him, Cherry, let him answer Sam Lee's answer.
I don't even understand.
Yeah, Jeff, go ahead.
Cherry, you're babbling. Now listen, let me answer the question as for Sam Lee. So yes, obviously that is the answer, is to cut out the parasite middlemen. And this is what's so ridiculous about you. How could you believe that DoorDash or Uber or anyone else has ever done anything for humanity when all they are is parasites? If they disappeared today, Cherry, everybody would still have their vehicles, all the restaurants would still have their food, all the consumers, everything would still exist if they disappeared, and we could all make the same delivery.
And what would Robert do to pay his bills next week? What would I do to pay my bills next week? Because you're still not answering the question, dude. You're still not answering the question. You're annoying me. You're annoying me.
That's because you're too stupid to comprehend what I'm answering. It's not because I'm not answering. You're too dumb. You're a stupid, racist old blobfish, Cherry. You're just
Robert, a curveball, and you're letting him cuss and call me all kinds of names,
I don't
Robert.
like you. Cherry, I woke up
All
to
right,
you this morning, like talking about how you were going to spend the next week talking about having sex with Thunder's wife. I think you're a ridiculous dipshit. I think you're a horrible person.
And why did you just perpetuate that? Because you're a drama queen too? Why did you just bring that up on Robert's stream? So if anybody listening didn't know that, now Robert, they know?
You see the kind of gaslighting bullshit that this
is gaslighting my ass, my friend. You have talked to the circle. Let's get back to the question. Who's paying mine, Robert Reese's and Sam's bill? And you're sitting with a man. Fuck this.
Fuck you, Cherry, you piece of human garbage. Fuck you, Cherry, you gangster piece of human garbage, acting like you're the big man in this space. You've never been a big man. Nobody cares who you are. You're a fucking anonymous fruit. Fucking selling slavery to rubes, you dipshit. I've never seen a more pathetic piece of fruit.
Well, the whole thing about it is, you know, what Cherry is trying to put out there, I understand what you're saying, Jeff, but then there's people who, you know, they're working, and I get what you're saying. They're going to work because they're the slaves. There are some people that out there that are still saying, you know, I'm making more money than what I was at a W-2. And what Cherry is saying that if I don't do this, nobody else is going to pay what I got to pay.
Well,
because they're not thinking about me. It's only me.
Cherry's a good boy. He lives in the big house. Cherry's one of the winning slaves. Cherry has no idea who he's working for. Cherry doesn't know who has all the money or what's going on, but Cherry's a good boy. Cherry looks at his phone and he's a good slave and he gets to live in the big house. Good for you, Cherry. It's all a game. It's a rigged, fake game. We've known this. It's algorithmic wage discrimination. I'll give Zach and Kimmy a little bit of credit for what they did. I watched one of their videos yesterday, and Zach compared. I don't know if it's his girlfriend or a friend or whatever, but there was another woman riding in the car with him, and he's comparing different DoorDash orders, and she's consistently getting offers that are a couple bucks more than him after he declines it. So sometimes the offers are going up when he declines it. Sometimes they're going down. It's completely and totally random, according to them. But you know why it's random? It's because the AI is playing each of them individually. There is no price. The price is whatever I can talk Cherry slave into doing. The price is whatever I can talk the next slave into doing, except it's not talk. It's AI that is playing a game with your mind, an illusion where you create narratives. I mean, we got people in this community that created unbelievable narratives. Like you got a dipshit running around Pedro DoorDash Santos.
Hey, listen, please, Robert, please. Let's get back to the question. Who's paying these hardworking people's bills? And who are you to come onto a channel that's about gig work and put the people's living down? You're spitting in everybody's face. I don't say that I make more money. Fuck it. Fuck him. Fuck you.
Slave, but you're a
all right, look, this is what I want to do because we're at an hour and 32 minutes.
Jerry, I thought you were.
I'm gonna end this topic right here. I'm gonna end this topic right here and get to the next part of the show. Cherry, I would like to have you on.
One question, Robert. Yeah. Everybody else got to ask questions. I want to ask a question. I'd like Robert, knowing what we know about corporate AI, explain to me how DoorDash, Uber, or any of the others can be anything but fraud. Explain to me how a undisclosed contract with information withheld and algorithmic wage discrimination and no rules can be anything but fraud. And if you admit that it's fraud, then how can it be a legitimate way to fund your life?
Go ahead, Cherry.
With all due respect, that was not a question. That was a speech.
No,
that was a speech, my man. You want me to talk intelligent, Mr. Smartass author? Do you want Cherry to become the smart Michael right now? What you are doing is just spouting nonsense of one speech after another that you learned in some liberal ass place one day where you don't have to worry about your bills, but Robert and I do. And the people listening to this do. You still haven't answered the question, my man. Who's paying my bills if I don't go to Uber Eats and DoorDash tonight?
Cherry, look, I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop that question because it's never gonna get thoroughly answered. It's gonna keep going back and forth until this argument. I would like to have Cherry. Wait. I would like to have Cherry up here for this for the next segment. Now, the thing about the
I don't know if I want to do that, Robert. Two things. I'm busy. I just popped up for a minute, and I don't know what the segment is, my man. And obviously, I've had a rough couple days. I've had a rough couple days, dude. I got docs.
Cherry, look. Cherry, the next segment is about the people that we don't like coming into our community. So we're going to speak about Thunder and people like that.
All right, bro. You know what? I will do that for a quickie with you because I half agree with you, but let's just do it. We'll keep it short, my man. But yes, right, while I'm up here, I will do that with you. All right, and hey, you keep whispering to your wife, hi, Mrs. HotFacts. I'm not being disrespectful when I talk about you.
All right, now let me answer Jeff.
Come on, I just want to make y'all giggle because Cherry, hey, don't you? This is why I don't come on here. Roy's right about you.
Shut up real quick, Cherry. Let me answer Jeff. Now, Jeff is letting people know that what the apps are doing, it's fraud on what they're doing because they know what they're doing and they're manipulating it. So if you find out that it is fraud, what they are doing, it's like you as a driver. How do you feel knowing that you are doing like fraud work is what he's saying. So, it's a whole big mess. And that's why we like to get up here and talk about it. We can't fix it all.
But you told me not to talk about it. Are you asking me or are we ending the subject?
No, we're ending this subject now.
Okay, I just wanted to go ahead so that was your little speech at the end. All right, because I was about to answer you because you were saying it like a question, but I don't want to talk about it either. We've been through this, and you're right, Robert. He's never going to give a straight answer.
No, we're never like it's going to keep because this is a debate question right here that it's going to go on and on and on.
It's not going on and on. Listen. It's either fraud or it's a legitimate business. You're either selling something that is real and fair, or it's not. Robert, I can't run a business where I just randomly pick prices out of the air for every customer that comes in. That's illegal. That's fraud. That's what they do. I can't run a business where I pay my workers differently every day with no standards. That's what they do. Everything that they're doing is called fraud, except they do it.
Yeah, but the drivers have to agree though. Like when you sign up for these apps, you have to agree to the terms before you start the app.
But no, you're not agreeing to it because you can't agree. You cannot agree to something that is ununderstandable. They use algorithms that cannot be understood or explained in order to manipulate you. You can't give informed consent because
that's why we're going to court. That's why all these court cases are coming up. But I get you all the way.
Game.
I get you all the way.
They have lawyers that are paid to take these things out without them ever going into the legislature. The court is their game. They're never, ever going to lose this game. All they're doing is running this slavery campaign and exploiting humanity until they can throw us all out with the trash with more AI. And anybody that says different is being dishonest.
Wow, another 10 minutes of your lies and nonsense and wishy-washy crap, Jeff. Really? Another 10 minutes of you just talking? Another 10 minutes of you telling hardworking people that they should be ashamed of how they pay their bills?
You stupid fruit. Like, you're such a house slave, Jerry. You're such a house slave. You love it, don't you?
Hold up now.
Wow, Robert, you're just letting him go overboard. It's about to pick up now.
Well, you love it.
It's about to pick up now.
Jerry. You love what you do. You love the scam. You love being top dog of the slaves. You've never been top dog before, have you, Cherry? Because you're just a little gangster. You're just another fucking organized criminal.
Okay.
What do you do to pay your bills? What do you do to pay your bills, Jeff?
Cherry, hold on. Just want to come in and say, Robert, control your goddamn room, man. What's up? Control the room.
Roy's coming up. Let me hear what Roy's gonna say before we leave this topic and get into the next, because I want to get into the next one. Did Roy leave? Okay.
He said control your room, which I think he meant tell Cherry to stop being a slave.
Well, no.
You know what, Robert? I think I've placated this guy enough. You and me can have our conversation later. Hey, Jeff.
You probably have some wives.
Jeff, my landlord's waiting for my rent, Jeff, since you telling me to quit my job.
Don't you go have some wives to harass, Jerry? Don't you have some people's wives to talk about sexually, or maybe some people to threaten or dox?
All right, this segment's over. This segment is done. This segment's
fun,
done.
though.
This segment's done. This segment's done. I want to get into the next part of this show, people, and it has to do with the other community that came on in. Crazy how Nitro Freak knew who Eli was, Thunder and all these guys. It's crazy. So right now, it's Eli's birthday today, and he's threatening to take my channel down with bullying and harassment. So right now, the link is open now to anyone out there who does not like Eli and the people that have came over from the other communities to get in and what they're doing now. Now, Thunder got on.
Now, Robert,
changed
hey,
his
Robert,
name,
I'm gonna say goodbye because I don't.
All right.
That's not really my thing. But thanks for having me on.
Yes,
I do
sir.
dislike talking to Cherry very intensely because I find him a repugnant individual who has gaslighted the community far too many times. But
you're not the only one, Jeff. You're not the only one, Jeff. So
right on, man. All right, take it easy,
one.
everybody. Have a great Sunday.
Yes, sir. Bye. Yes, sir. People, when Cherry Pick comes into something, people, it gets kicked up a notch. It gets kicked up a notch. The link is open for anyone that does not like Eli. I know he's watching this. He's been waiting to hear because I put Eli's 50th birthday bash in there. If you don't like Eli, you can't click the link. But I want to get into this. It's about like guys like Thunder. Thunder said, I don't get mad. I'm always cool and level-headed. I got him to scream like crazy the other day. He gets on. He's mad at Bobby because Bobby muted him. He don't want to be muted. He even told me, like, you muted me on your show. I can mute whoever I want. I did not mute Cherry or Jeff because that was entertaining also. And I know these two. So, and Cherry that's like a well-behaved Cherry right there. And Jeff was just being Jeff. They don't like each other. Cherry was being well-behaved. Jeff was being Jeff. And I let that go right there. It is what it is. Thunder, you will get muted when you come into the gig world. First of all, we don't know you. You don't know anyone. You're finding out more stuff and doing all this weird stuff. You sat up there on flexes and said, look at Bobby, put on the pounds. Bobby's eating dinner. When you're on weight loss, you still eat. He's not putting on pounds. He's eating food because he has to get the calories in. Why didn't you ask him what he was eating to figure out what it was? And then you should have been able to tell him if it was healthy or not. You don't get up here, oh, Bobby, you're putting on the pounds, and you just kept it going to start talking about his weight and stuff. And then he said, look, you're just stuffing your face. You did that because he muted you. You're in the gig economy now. You're not going into these other communities like you do to talk all that crap and do all this other stuff. You're in the gig world now. We will mute your ass. You will get frustrated because of all what you think. We all have a history, and when certain things happen, we stick together, and you will be the oddball out. You, Thunder, you changed your name because I put up, you made the Hollywood Gig News. Congratulations. Now you know how it feels. Right after that, you went ahead and, Cherry was up there. You're screaming at Cherry. You guys are going back and forth, and he told you we don't want you here and get on out. You're getting this backlash because people have seen what you do. You come over just like Eli, and you try to come in. Oh, I like this guy. I'll be your friend, no matter what anyone says. I don't know you, but you are real good to me, and that's all that matters to me. And it's good on good. And then you'll go, yeah, that person. You don't even know who the person is. Oh yeah, that person's bad. Like J. Ron was talking about Cody. You don't even know who he is. Well, that guy looks like this. You look like the Goomba from the Mario Brothers movie with the little head. Okay, that's what you look like. And I got to get you back for the other day. You said F my wife and all this other stuff, and you said I saw your wife working out and stuff, so you see my wife working out and doing videos. My wife looks 45,000 times better than your wife. Your wife looks like Grimace from McDonald's. Okay? She looks like Grimace from McDonald's. There's a reason why you won't show your wife working out and getting in shape, and I have no problem doing that with mine. There is a reason why you don't show your clients workout. You don't show any before and after pictures. People, Nightbot has been throwing up. When you see the letters TTMATBF, that's on my Facebook page. Go ahead and click that. It'll take you to my before and afters videos. You'll see me working at my True Fitness gym. You'll see me training with the Filipino male figure skater, Michael Christian Martinez also. It's up there. It's up there. I can show my wife and show me and show everything else. No one wants to F your wife. I'm not going to say F your wife. I don't do that. But no one wants to F her because she looks like Grimace. Okay? She looks like Grimace. Make sure you realize that. Okay? Make sure you realize that. Okay? Make sure. Just make sure. Now, since you go to my other one, you see my wife was able to bench press 185 pounds. There's videos with my wife hitting a 35, 45 pound inclines on dumbbells. She does all that stuff. Also, there's a video of her getting her back work in. Not me hitting it, but her getting her back work in. You see all the swolls and everything. You see everything. J-Ron, your wife looks like Grimace. Okay? That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Don't you ever say that stuff again. You're another community killer that leaked on the Flex because Flex didn't like Eli. And you see that Flex has all these beefs going on and everything. And then you try to go in there and try to be rational to Flex and everyone when you don't even know shit. We're getting sick and tired of you people going over to other people's communities. And don't say, well, Eli's here. Nitro Freak was up here, and he knows who Eli is and broke it all the way down. I can talk to Nitro about Eli. We don't need you guys here. Nitro's been up here speaking to Roy. We talk about the military and all type of stuff. When the gig apps were people were blocking out signals and stuff. Guess what? Nitro Freak was here giving the military and the clearances that people are supposed to have and everything. And he broke it down. Someone said Anna's not fat. I said she looks like Grimace. Do you know how Grimace's face looks? And Bobby, look, Bobby, I got something to say. Don't ever say that Jessica and Rom's wife can be sisters. I'm gonna tell you this. My wife, Emilia, said Jessica looks way better than her. I'm just saying. That didn't come from me. That comes from another woman watching, and my wife was like, Bobby shouldn't have said that because it's not even close. My wife thinks Jessica is pretty. And J-Rom, Grimace looks like Grimace. So, grotesque, subhuman, you said Anna's not an ugly woman. Well, why don't, all right, now while you're doing that for them, I want you to type right now good things about my wife. I'll give you 5 seconds before you're kicked out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick them out. Go tell them that shit over there. Go tell them that shit over there. And they come in here and trying to say, well, you guys don't like Eli, so we can make ourselves at home. You guys are not welcome here. You guys are not welcome here. Just like when Eli first came and Torp was like, Reese was not welcome into Eli at all. I was not. And I'm not welcome into you guys at all. And how J-Rom did not know about kinesiology. He was like, I'm not saying I know everything. And he tried to do the kinesiology. And when I broke it down, it made him look stupid in front of the people that he was trying to do it sound good in front of. He didn't even understand that there's programs for kinesiology and sports medicine that you can take at a junior college. I took a 2-year program. I did the accelerated program. It took me 1 year. I did all the 8-week classes instead of 16 weeks. Instead of 2 units, I did 4 units instead. I did a 2-year program while adding inserts. That's why you don't know shit about what you're talking about. You paid $300 to cram for a test and answer the questions. You don't know shit. And being a fitness person, and you are too, that gives me more reasons to not even like you. Because you suck at it. There you go. Take that to the bank, eat that with some steak with the tangy A1 sauce. Okay? One thing you did not speak on was this. When I said that I was intaking 6,000 calories a day, while me saying 3.5% body fat, if you do the math right there, you would have to say he's at least putting in at least 5,500 calories a day. What would make my numbers go right along with what I was saying, you idiot? And while you were saying someone's calories is not the same as someone else and you can't do that, my plan is broken down by your weight and portion sizes to regulate the size and stuff that's coming in for you. That's why you won't break it down, because you're not that smart. You got your nutrition from ISSA. I got my nutrition from a program in 2 years, also by getting a NASA nutrition certification, also backed up with the NSF with .fit. Come on now. On my AdvoCare, 20 doctors on the board of governors there. They have to work with the athletes in all the states and everything to make sure everything is right. Who are you working with? Are you NSF certified? Are you .fit NASA certified for nutrition? And did you take a program for 2 years to know what the fuck you're talking about? You get out this community too. And training is a gig. Truck driving is a gig. But you don't know shit about what you're talking about. I also did WAG, dog walking. I know more about dogs than you know. You even tried to lie about the weight of the German Shepherds by 40 pounds just to make yourself look good. You don't know shit about what you're talking about. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't talking about gigs. Talk about your training gig, your driving gig. Talk about what you do with your employees and how you better businesses, better business practices. That's what we talk about here, not Eli. If you are a gig worker and you own your own stuff, this is the right community. You could fit in, but you are an obsessed freak with Eli. I'm starting to think you got them tendencies too of fudge packing. That's what you do. I don't know what freaky stuff you and your wife do in North Dakota. I do know that they do fracking up there. Hopefully you guys are not fracking and fudge packing at the same time while you're shooting off 50,000 rounds on 200 guns in each other's butt. All right? Take that and get out of our community. We don't want you. Thunder, we don't want you. The only one that wants you is Flex, because no one wants him. Flex is good with having Johnny, Bracket Gaming. He's good with having Jenny's vlogs and them get up there. But when you guys get up there and like try to act like you're all comfortable and normal, I'm going to click on Flex's link and be cool. Y'all don't know shit about him. This is the biggest goofball of all time. Did you see him sad last night, him and Yup? What can we do with Reese? Flex, how you gonna copyright your music? Well, look, how are we gonna get rid of him? Flex, like someone will get rid of Flex. I do the news and I do it right. Did you watch my video about Eli that I did? Did you see how my intro tied into what Eli did? Then my next one like that? I do the news and I report so that when it goes, it's fair use and it's reporting. You guys can't stop that. Yup said, well, this music plays here. You got it subtle. Don't you know whenever Flex puts music in the background and turns it up, I just put my music over it so it sounds like a mixer of a song. So it's a created song that no one has. But as long as they hear Hot Facts, it's mine. Are you guys not smart? Are you guys not smart? J-Ram, get out. Thunder, get out. Whoever else you guys brought in, get out. I only like the ones who like what I do and who are respectful here. I like Jax. I like Red Bull Jack. I like all the other ones who get up in here, Manifesto, and I like all these other ones. I don't like all you other ones that just talk crap, like Jamie's Corners or whatever her name is. Get out of here, Hot Facts. Why are you here? You dumbass. That's my video that I can actually copyright if I want to. That's my music, my intellectual everything. And y'all talking about me, I'm going to sit here inside this. And Tammy checked you guys and said, you guys better be quiet. This is his stuff. I could have said, turn it off right now. I could have said, turn it off right now. He held you guys in check because it was my shit and I own it, not you. So get your shit right. Jamie, you ain't welcome here. When I was talking about the Eli split, you were one of the first ones to leave a comment in there. I don't like you. You only saw that because of some other dumbass shit. J. Rom said, all you guys that were talking about Reese, now that he ain't with Eli, I'm mad at you guys. People, J. Rom, I'm likable. I'm very liked and well liked. That's why they come over. They were just stopping it because of the Eli thing. And Tammy, you are dead wrong. When I did the walk around and did my trail, you said, we all told you, Robert, and everything. I said that from the jump. You guys did. I said that from the jump. You guys did tell me. And what did I say? I don't care. I'm going to do my research for myself, do everything for myself, and that's what I did. You guys are the only ones like, what a surprise. I told you guys are dumb. So it makes no sense. Because none of these people like you think no one else wants them here. At least their wives didn't tell them that anyone who knows you don't like you. I'm sorry, Amelia, it was said. Boo-hoo. Motherfucker, don't you know Flex and them did that? And guess what I said? You never had an argument with your wife or your girlfriend? That's been said. You gotta come see, you don't know. That's not even new. That's old. Flex has been showing that for a long time. The first thing you want to say is that. So why would you be sorry for even saying it? It's already been out there. It don't hurt anyone. You're an idiot. Said, sorry, Emilia, I had to say it. That's what you guys do. It don't hurt anyone. That's why you don't hear the people in the gig world saying it. It's already been done. And my wife is right here, right next to me, kicking you guys out. Like this. Kick him out. Like that. Sorry. I had to say it. Bye-bye. So what? Now, I want you to go do your own research and tell me something about that. Flex is so obsessed with me and my wife, right? I don't wear shades anymore. You know why? Because I would have my shades on and Flex would look in my shades to see the reflection, to see what she's doing. He actually did that. Do you know about that? He's so much of a freak, and like my wife, he was looking into my shades to see that she's on the phone doing this here. He was so obsessed. Do you know about that? Tay for tay or tat for tat. Do you know about that? Now go question Flex about that weird ass shit. He's just as creepy as Digi Nomad. Did you know about that? No, you didn't. Now go write that on Flex's shit. I know he's watching this right now. Now go write that over there. Flex, were you looking at shades? And he made a video about it. He made a short and a video about it. Did you know about that? Last night he was trying to show all the videos he put up with me. It was like 4 videos. And then he ended up on the one you're talking about. Because that's all he got. And the video he showed when I told him that I have a constitutional right for freedom of speech, freedom of press, so I can do what I do here on my channel. I said, if you don't like that, go back to Russia or Ukraine. You can't do this stuff there. He played that like I was being racist to him. No. And right after that, I said, I have a constitutional right. He could even put constitutional right in what I was saying together with Russia because he gets so high, he's stupid. He played that like it was making fun of me, but it was really making fun of him. Now go tell him that. He did it last night. And I think he took it down too because he knows. But all you guys leech on to Flex because he's the weakest link. He's the one that has no control over his channel. He's the one that has the most strikes. He gets the most strikes, the most warnings. People are showing naked body parts, saying all this weird stuff on his channel, and he gets strikes. And you guys go over there because that's what you witness. Now, when you hear Roy go off at him and says, no, he does this shit all the time. When you hear me and the Revolution and all these other people, when you say you like the Revolution, you get up there and talk to him, and you do all this stuff, and he's telling you stories about all this stuff, and you guys act like they're not true, then don't get up there and act like you like the Revolution because he's telling you the truth. Whoever is talking to you is telling you the truth. Just like how you guys say, we're warning you about Eli. We didn't told you about Flex and the Lounge. We've been warning you. Take your own advice. Vanilla Ice. Come on now. Come on now. Be real with yourself. You're only over there with Flex because he's the only one that you guys could possibly go ahead and leech onto. J-Rom, I want you to go to Pedro's channel on Sunday night. Click his link and don't talk about the gig world. Start talking about Eli and see what happened when 500 people in the chat are going to be clowning you because that's not what they want to talk about. Do it there. I dare you. I dare you. Go to UDM's chat channel. Call in and say, hey, you UDM, I don't know nothing about you, but do you know Eli? Watch him hang up on you. Go to Rideshare Audio. Another white guy in Colorado got the same type of attitude as you. Go click on his thing and go up there and say, hey, can I come on? He'll say, hey, how are you? Who are you? My name is J-Rom. I've been in this community. I've been talking to Flex and Real Talk with Roy and him all over there. They're very nice guys. He says that before this. Yeah, but I want to talk about, man, do not let this Eli low cow up here. They will kick you off. Go to Dash Theory TV. Go to the Geezer. Go to Dash and Trader. Go to all these places and do this shit. Go do this shit. We will kick you out. You're only doing that with Flex. You won't go to any other channel, the women's channels that are higher up there. You won't go to any other men. You won't go to GigTube and start. Go to GigTube. I'm telling you. Go to Terry's Pick channel and talk about Eli and see what he says. He doesn't want to talk about him. You're only doing that on Flex's channel. Go to Necro's channel, J-Rom, and start talking about Eli and see what happens. Go to No Giggity No Clout channel. Start talking about Eli. See what happens. Go to Official Gig Wars or Gig Wars Official. Go start talking about Eli. See what happens. They will kick you out. You're only doing that with Flex. No one likes you in our community. This is it. No one likes you guys. No one. We don't sit and do kumbayas about Eli all day, all damn day. That's what you guys do. You guys did a rewatch of my live and say it's for Eli's 50th birthday. I got a link up here for all the Eli haters. Get up here and tell him what you feel about him on his birthday. Give him a birthday wish. Talk about him. You won't even do that when you have the opportunity. J-Rom, you're not blocked up here. You're not blocked. You're not blocked. I try to get Tammy up here. She's not blocked. You know why? You're on a gig channel. And you guys know that we all don't like you. But guess what? I'll put that to the side if you get up here and talk about Eli. You won't even do that. We don't want you here. I'm giving you an easy opportunity to do something that you really want to do, and you still won't do it. None of you will. This is the gig world. Thunder is getting it right now. I gave him warnings, and now he's part of the Hollywood Gig News. He had to change his name because he looks bad now. And I'm not making it up. It's all him. He changed his name, took all the videos down, and he's only got one of me when we were on Real Talk with Roy, and we're talking about putting fingers in butt, and Bobby was like, I ain't never putting on my finger in your butt. Xander was in there saying, come on now, you know you don't put your finger in your butt. I said, Bobby, what about when you taking a shit and it won't come out? You know, when you get a toilet paper, y'all, and you trying to get, and it's on the toilet paper, and you trying to get it out because it won't push out? Bobby said, oh. And then I said, what about if we're on Gilligan's Island and we need somebody to do a prostate check? Finger gotta go in. We were talking about that. You were watching the whole thing. Flex was also. Flex said, did you see what Thunder put? He made it seem like Reese was the one talking about butts. We all were, and we were all laughing about it. No one cares. But why'd you take down all the other videos when you changed your name, Thunder? G-O, what is it? G-O-Y-A? What is it called? Something about the sewer or something. What is it about? Yeah, something about the sewer. I got this guy, look, after only being in for like 7 weeks and all the trash talk that he thought he can do, he never knew about, yeah, that right there. He never understood what HotFacts does. When Flex them were saying no, he'll go ahead and do this and do this and do that. Thunder's up there like, nah, I don't think he's like that. No, Thunder, you're wrong. And you just got hit with it, man. I hit you with like 3 videos straight. Man, you got more videos coming. So I suggest you do this. Don't show your face anymore on the camera. I got Flex and them to stop showing their face for a good long while, to just do it how Tammy and them do. Now they're back to showing their face. Thunder, if I were you, keep changing your name, and anything you say when you get out of line, you say something weird and dumb, you are going up on the Hollywood Gig News. And it's not made up stuff. I'm going to be putting it up of you. You're the one that's going to be saying it. You, not me. That's why Flex is so mad. He calls it fake news because it's him. It's actual videos of him. Come on now. Redbone Magic, he beat you like a white girl, Thunder. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Thunder looks like he's blind. So, like, Thunder looks like he can literally be at a corner store, sitting there with a cup right next to him, doing his head like this, like Stevie Wonder, saying, I am Thunder. I love everyone. Can you help me out? And they'll give him money. That's what'll happen. He looks just like that. Thunder, we don't want you here. And as long and look, this ain't no threat. As long as you will be trying to get involved with the gig community and you keep putting yourself on camera, which I can take and put news on it, you will be, you know what? I think I'm gonna start following Thunder now. I might start covering Thunder now. Thunder, you have now made. Where's my notepad? Where's my notepad? Where is my notepad? Thunder, in the words of Chris Jericho, you just made the list. You are now covered and being covered by HotFacts with Robert Reese, which means that you will be included in any video that I feel like doing, and you will be a mainstay and new feature of the cast of Hollywood Gig News. Now you're going to be welcome with the whole, everyone from the lounge has been over there. People from Neck Rose has been on there. I've been on there. Pedro's been on there. My wife's even been on there. There's many of us that have been on there. There's a whole lot of us. You are now part of the gig world for the Hollywood Gig News. You will have to go to court with Tammy, Robert. No, I don't. I have a video that I put out that she asked for. Well, all my videos of Eli are right here. They're on my podcast. So I don't have his phone number. I never have, never communicated with him, and I won't go to court. I give a statement to the judge that I can actually go ahead and take that part out, have that up for a separate video by itself also, and just say, here, download this to your phone and give that to the judge. I put that up so Eli has it. I'm not going to court. I don't have to go to court. I don't have to. I'm not going. You can subpoena me all you want. You can subpoena me for a civil court case. I'm not going. I'm not going to jail for a civil court case. You just won't have no information from me because I don't have it. It's that easy. That easy. Come on now. It's a civil case. It's not even a criminal case. Now, if I had a warrant for my arrest and I had to go to court, I'm going to court. I don't have that. It's a civil case. That's so stupid. So Ghost of Mike, hold guys, hold your gas. Hold it. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know shit about what you're talking about. The best thing you had to say was, you're going to have to go to court. Says who? Says who? Y'all better hire Twiggy. Tracking me down is hard. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Nightbot, just put it up here, people. Facebook, TTMATBF, train the mind and the body follows. That is my mantra. That is what I use for my training there. Click that link. You'll be able to see my wife's transformation from being pregnant after the baby to losing it all. You'll see clients of mine who were overweight and they lost tons of pounds. There's videos up there that clicks you back up here to YouTube when I'm giving them boxing and they're up there getting all that stuff in. J-Rom, I got hands, knees, feet, top teams, hand strength trainer, Brazilian top teams. I am good. I got all that stuff up there, man. Y'all go ahead and click on that. I got good stuff. I got good stuff. Thunder, you're out. Thunder, you're out. Everyone that has come over from your guys' side have seen hot facts like our community will make fun. He's not the real news. They just say it just to say it. When you guys come in and see that the things I say is real, and now you guys are seeing like, damn, he brings up a video for everything that he's saying, and it's absolutely true. He is the real news channel from what I'm seeing. You guys are watching that stuff. You're watching how I put videos together and like, damn, this guy knows his business. He's smarter than Eli, and he's not a live guy. He goes live. His lives are entertaining, but he actually creates real videos. We can't mess with this dude. He'll do a real video. You guys barked up the wrong tree. You guys have gone from community to community, terrorizing people and bullying them. You're messing with the wrong one here. I'll do a video on you guys in just a heartbeat. In just a heartbeat. And now I know what I'm going to do. Every video that I'm going to go ahead and put out that's not live until I get my 5 followers on Rumble, then I'm going to live stream my thing over there, because you can put it came from YouTube and all that stuff. When I put my videos up, and I made a mistake by deleting the video by accident, the one I did earlier, and I would have put it up on Rumble, and I can put the page it came from on YouTube and everything. And if someone does do it, then they get in trouble. I forgot to do that. They got that pass on that one there. That's why I stayed in there the whole time, to exercise my rights as the owner of what they were watching. Tammy had to say, yeah, guys, tone it on down. This is all his stuff. We are watching his material. They couldn't say shit because they can't make up their own material. Jamie's Corners, all you do is look up old reruns of Sanford and Son and Facts of Life and Good Times and stuff like that. All your views came from stuff like that years ago. First of all, you look like Gretchen from the cartoon Recess. You look just like her. You look like Gretchen from Recess. It was Spinelli and all of them other ones, okay? You look just like her with no glasses. You look just like her, okay? In the words of Eli, sit down and STFU. I had to say it. We don't want you over here either. You have gave nothing positive as far as information to the gig world. The gig world people, what we do is we look for information to help us out. Necro with Getting Bags had 4 people that came onto his live the other day, and they were saying, dang, all you guys are in cars and stuff. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, why are all you guys in cars? They came into a gig channel in the gig community. And guess what they did? They all left because they were out of place. Nothing they do was like matched up here. You can come from some other place and fit in, but you got to know how to. Your community is a community of drifters and following Eli to then get content off of Eli, and then whoever gets involved with him, that's how you guys get content. But you don't make money on none of your content because no one watches it outside the people that you are entwined with. So all you guys are jacked up and suck. But us here in the gig world, we have so many real content creators that do something good. We do a very, very, very great job. We don't want you here. Please get the fuck out. Eli, don't you ever come back. I'm closing the doors. There is no wizard here at the Wizard of Oz. Closing the doors. Don't ever come back, Eli. Don't ever come back to the gig world. But you will, because Pedro has a fascination and an obsession with you also. Eli's going live now, I guess, for a walk. Probably to talk about some of this stuff here. I would put it on, but he don't ever show up on time. So I can show it here so he can say, Robert, that's mine. That's mine, Robert. That's mine. That's my intellectual property, Robert. You know what, Robert? You know what, Robert? That is mine. I'm going to go ahead and take your channel down. This is not right. You cannot restream my broadcast. Can someone go and check if that's the real Robert or if that's a troll someone doing it? Can someone go ahead and do that? Eli, get the fuck up out of here with all that bullshit. The funniest thing about the people that follow Eli and chase him, all of them are just as petty as him when it comes to talking stuff. Look, they're going to court because someone lives in Florida and they want to put a business in California, which they're never going to do, just to have it, so he cannot put up an actual business, brick and mortar, here in the state of California. That's no life right there. You can actually do that same thing and have the business in your own state and just have it so he can't do it because you trademark everything anyway. Why are you putting it in California? And why are you going to travel to California to go do that? The funniest thing is when you travel all the way to be over here, I'm not going to be there. I'm not traveling there. You're an idiot. This is what they do. They'll go all the way to be as petty as him to do stuff like this and then talk about him for being petty. J-Rom said on camera, I hired people to go harass him and throw rocks at him. You just admitted to a crime, a hate crime. When you were going to try to drive out here, that was going to be a hate crime. You said racist stuff. And the guys already knew about it. You got people to harass Eli and throw rocks at him as a hate crime. If he would have gotten injured, you would have been in jail for a hate crime. Then they would have went to go see what you got. You got 200 guns and 50,000 rounds. You are a danger to the society. You even did that. You said that you put billboards up all over the place for Eli because that's just what you want to do. You have no life. Go get one. Spend more time eating your wife out, J-Rom. Having sex with her. You probably go to bed with Eli, the last thing on your mind. And you wake up as him being the first thing. You wake up with morning wood, not because that's just what happens as a guy. You were thinking about Eli all night. Dreaming about him. That's what all you guys do. Eli, happy birthday on that one. Because I know you like that one, but fuck you too. No one likes you. And I was hoping that one of them would have had enough guts, like Mondo or somebody would have got up here with enough guts. I was hoping Tammy would, so that would be the biggest slap in the face and the biggest birthday gift for Eli. HotFacts and Tammy are on there together. Yeah. Tammy says she's not going to come over here because they're going through the case and she don't want to talk about the case and she can't. I emailed her. But she was just on a live before they showed my thing. They were on a live talking about what she owns and what she's going to bring to court and all this other stuff. So she's lying about that. She just didn't want to come because she was lying to you guys. People, you got to wake up and smell the submarines. Good morning, Vietnam. People. That's one of my phrases, people. Necro does it the best. People, hit the link. That's what I say. That's what I say. You guys get out of here. Get out. As long as I'm a news channel here, I will cover a story on the crazy people that are invading the gig world, and you guys will all be in the Hollywood gig news. Robert, did you ever like Eli? All right, I'm gonna be all the way honest on this one. I couldn't stand his guts at first. Could not stand his guts. I still don't like him like that. I focused on the things that made me laugh, that what he would do. And I thought that was hilarious. If it's funny and it made me laugh, I liked it. I liked how he would talk back to the haters and stuff like that. I like things like that. I like how he sounds on a microphone. I like how he can put a sentence together and put it in the right structure. I like that. Everything else, I really did not like. I just focused on the things I did like so I can get the job done. If I would have focused on everything else, I would have not have lasted while going on that mission to get the job done. So I just focused on the things that I really liked about, if you look at someone, you can bring out pros and cons about them. I focused on the pros so I can get the job done. When you're doing business, people, you got to be able to understand that you got to put certain things to the side if you want to make something thrive. So it is what it is. Since I'm not doing nothing with him, I'm back to actually just not liking him all the way because it is what it is. You just said this morning about banning people who actually, whatever else. Look, I gave a warning and I told someone, say something nice about my wife since you're saying something nice about J. Rom's wife. I gave them 5 seconds after they said 5 things. I gave them the right amount of time. They did not want to do it, so they got the boot. You're not going to come here and pump somebody else's wife up when my wife is right here. You're getting the boot. Someone that tried to make up things about what I'm doing with Eli, you got to get the boot. You're making it up. What is it about Eli that makes people not like him, Robert? The fact that he has no trust in anyone. He only wants to get close to you enough to gain some type of little leverage to get some people to watch him, because he does sub for sub in those communities. No one really like watches his stuff because they're just doing sub for sub, so no one really watches him. So he wants to find real people to interact with. Then once he gets that, he thinks that he says you're a troll, so then he can say, I got enough from you, I'm gonna ban you and do that. Once he bans people, people don't like being told no. People don't like rejection. Like, guys don't like to ask out girls because they are afraid to get rejected. Girls don't like to ask out guys or say, oh, I find you you're interesting. Girls don't want to do that because they are afraid of rejection. Eli rejects everyone. So when he rejects you, psychologically, it takes you back to when you got dumped by a guy or a girl. So then it makes you mad on the inside. So then you don't like him. And then he talks about how he banned you and you'll never come back. And then he'll make up that, oh, you're this person and it's not even you. And then he'll ban that person and say it's you to even get you more mad because he's rejecting you again. That's why people don't like him. He doesn't get under my skin like that. I see everything he does. I watch people get so furious and get butthurt. I've been telling my wife the past couple of days, she been focused on Eli, and I'm like, see, people like you doing this. As you see, he don't bother me like that. He bothers all the rest of you guys like that. I know exactly what he's doing. It's hilarious. But people don't like him because he rejects you. Now, me being a guy growing up, I've been rejected a bunch of times. Jobs, girls, different sports teams. It don't matter about I'm not afraid of rejection. I'm a sales dude. You're gonna hear no 90% of the time before you hear a yes. I'm not afraid of hearing no and being rejected. Oh well, off to the next. I don't care. I see, yes, that is what Eli did to Tammy also. Tammy welcomed Eli to her channel, but he rejected her. Yeah, and Tammy does not want to be rejected because she feels like, put it like this, if we are in a wolf pack, she's the alpha female, okay? She's the matriarch on what she says. If we are dealing with hyenas, hyenas are asexual and they're all women. He would be the dominant one. She does not know how it feels to not be the dominant one. And since she's not an attractive woman, she's so dominant. When Eli rejected her and she thinks he's a piece of crap, that made her even feel worse because he rejected her. And he's going to court with her because he rejects her and he tells her about herself, and she don't like that. So she wants to face him. Her rejection has made her make up steal his name, make up a business, and put it in California instead of in Florida where she lives because the rejection hit her that hard. It's that easy. J-Rom, you would know that because when you go to school for your training and everything, when you take that program, you go over all types of different psychology classes and courses that you're going to need because people are different. You will be able to break people down and understand why they are doing things. And then you tie it into what you got to do. You should know that about Tammy by now, J-Rom. And by the way it works, I would have thought, like, when I first heard you guys, I thought you and Tammy were like husband and wife. Now, I don't know how your wife feels about that. I know all women are jealous when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure your wife said, well, go talk to Tammy. Go to Tammy. I know you like her more than me. I know you go through that, but they both look the same. And I guess that's why you got them both looking like grimace. Yes, that felt good. Woo! Jim Carrey, can you feel that? We are working, baby. Man, wowzers, people. In the words of Robin from Batman, holy Jehoshaphat, Batman. Did HotFacts just say that? Well, I think he did. Then the Riddler comes. And he runs out. My nigga, in the words of Denzel. Hey, Thunder, did you like that? I said nigga. Or let me do it like this. No. Wait. Let me get the white man chuckle down. Massa. Hey, Massa. Are you laughing at me because I'm one of the niggers? Did you like that, Thunder? I did that for the revolution right there because he had me rolling the other day. I heard him laughing flex, so I have to do that. Now look, I got people even like, oh, this dude would do a joke like that. You guys will laugh at a Kevin Hart joke, a Richard Pryor joke, a Eddie Murphy joke. You'll laugh at a Cat Williams joke. You'll laugh at all the black people's jokes that do jokes like this. Eddie Griffin, all of them. But if HotFacts does the joke, it's not funny and you leave. Stop watching our comedians then. We say nigga. Stop listening to our music. We say nigga. That's what we do. If you guys don't like the word nigga, you will have a terrible life. While watching an NBA game, you hear them saying nigga on the court. Russell Westbrook is being interviewed by a reporter in the locker room, a white one. He said, man, what's wrong with him? This nigga tripping. He said it to a white reporter. That white reporter didn't go nuts. He didn't go nuts. Y'all stop tripping. Stop tripping. Don't look. Football games. All that stuff is coming out. Every sport. I guess we should only hear about it in Mark Twain books, huh? Or in old movies, huh? Ain't that right, boss? Ain't that right, Massa? Ain't that right? I'm out of here. Let me leave. I ain't got nothing to say.